Goldie Hawn has been a face in Hollywood for a very long time, more than 50 years. She would laugh when other people were really angry, and she would smile when other people were very sad. Goldie Hawn made people feel happy. That is what she did for her whole career. Even though she seemed so happy, Goldie Hawn was actually very scared inside. She had panic attacks. She could never forget when people were mean to her. Now Goldie Hawn is 79 years old. She does not care about making other people feel comfortable anymore. So now we are finally hearing the truth about Goldie Hawn that she kept to herself for a time. This is what Goldie Hawn is really like when she is not smiling. Goldie Hawn has often said that people do not understand her career. They think being happy came naturally to Goldie Hawn. That is not true. Before people loved Goldie Hawn's laugh, she was dealing with panic attacks. These panic attacks would happen suddenly. Goldie Hawn would feel confused, scared, and wonder who she really was. Goldie Hawn later said that she was not happy, she was actually very scared. Goldie Hawn was trying to figure out what was going on inside her body and mind. But Hollywood did not care about Goldie Hawn's fears, they just saw her as a person. It wanted her to be bright and cheerful and very charming all the time. The thing that mattered most was that she had to be quiet when people were mean to her. It did not want her to say anything back when she was disrespected. It just wanted her to be silent. Number 1, Chevy Chase. He was part of a movie set that really changed how people saw him. When the movie Foul Play came out, people loved watching Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn on screen. They seemed to have a lot of fun and made people laugh easily. What was happening behind the scenes was very different. Chevy Chase had a reputation before he even got to the set from his time on TV. As time went on, that reputation started to look even worse. Chevy Chase was already known for some things. Being on the set of Foul Play with Chevy Chase did not help. The people who worked on the movie said that he acted like he was the boss of everything. He would just start making things up without telling anyone. If he did not like the way a scene was going, he would just stop and say it was no good. He did not listen to the director. That caused a lot of problems. Goldie tried to make everyone feel better. She would tell jokes, try to calm people down when they got upset. She was always professional, even when Chevy was being really weird. When Goldie made people laugh, Chevy got upset. His ego got really big. He would pout. He would say mean things and want to change the script so he was the star of the show. Number 2, Warren Beatty and the punishment of rejection. When Goldie Hawn met Warren Beatty, she already knew what made Hollywood tick. Warren Beatty was not a famous actor. Warren Beatty was someone who decided what happened in the movies. Warren Beatty had a lot of power. That power went way beyond who got to be in the movies. Warren Beatty could break people's reputations and decide who got to work with who and for how long. In the 70s, when he started paying attention to Goldie, it was like something that had happened before. He invited Goldie to dinner, to parties, and to hang out with his friends. These were people who could help each other out. They did not always say what they wanted. For a lot of actresses, when someone like him paid attention to them, they knew they might have to do something in return. Goldie said no in a way, and she did it many times. She did not make him feel bad. She did not yell at him. She did not cause a problem. Goldie just would not do what he wanted her to do. When Goldie refused to play along, that was a change. The people who know Goldie well said that he was not charming anymore. It happened quickly. Of being charming, Goldie started to get back at him in a quiet way. The scripts that she was supposed to get never showed up. Sometimes meetings would get. Nobody would tell her why. The producers who used to be really excited about her work started to ignore her. When she talked to people in private, she kept hearing the thing over and over again. People said that she was difficult to work with, that she was not serious enough, that she was too funny. The worst part was that nobody would ever say this stuff directly to her. The fact that nobody would be honest with her was really hurtful. She was hearing that she was difficult, that she was not serious enough, that she was too comedic, and it was always behind her back. Number 3, Dustin Hoffman and the audition that really damaged trust. Goldie Hawn walked into the casting room. She thought she deserved to be there. She was not trying to be popular. Goldie Hawn was trying to do something. The role was very serious, the kind that critics liked, and Goldie Hawn took it seriously. Dustin Hoffman was already going to be in the movie. People liked him because he was so intense and got really into his characters. What happened between them was not working together. It was one person being in charge. In the middle of the scene, Hoffman stopped Goldie Hawn cold. He told her that she was not doing it right. Then he turned to the people in charge. Said her performance was not good enough. He said it was like something from a comedy show. The people in the room laughed. They were not really sure if he was trying to be funny or mean. Goldie Hawn knew a way that he was being mean. This was not about helping her do a job. It was about making her feel bad. He was doing it on purpose. Hoffman was not testing the chemistry between them. He was trying to show who was in charge. Goldie finished reading her part calmly, said thank you to everyone. Then she left. The morning Goldie withdrew from the project completely. People who know what happened said that Goldie told her agent that she did not want to fight for people to respect her in meetings where the people in charge were already not taking her talent seriously. Goldie's talent was being treated like a joke. She was not going to stay in a project like that. People tried to fix the situation to make things better, to say the incident was a misunderstanding or a difference in ideas. Goldie said no to all of them. What stayed with her was not the fact that she lost the role, the feeling of doubt that it made her feel. Goldie admitted later that for a short time she wondered if she was good enough, and knowing that she did that bothered her more than what Hoffman said about her. Goldie was really upset by her moment of self-doubt. The Goldie incident made her think about herself. The fourth and fifth names on her list were Bill Murray and Sean Penn. They showed cruelty in very different ways. Bill Murray met Goldie Hawn when they were talking about a comedy movie. From the first time they read the script together, it was clear that things were not going to be fair. Bill Murray showed up late, did not say sorry. He put his coffee on the script like it did not matter. When they started reading, he did not follow the script. He made fun of the lines, did not care about the parts, and turned the scenes into his own show. Bill Murray did this to show how unpredictable he was. The writers just sat there. Goldie tried to make it work. The tone of the whole thing felt off from the very beginning. Then Murray said something. He stood up in front of everyone, said Goldie was not good at writing drama. He said it with a smile on his face like he was trying to be funny. Some people laughed. Goldie did not laugh. She closed her script, walked out of the room. Nobody yelled at her. Nobody told the press what happened. The day the people who worked with Goldie told the producers that Goldie was done with the project. Goldie was out of the project entirely. Later she said his behavior was not brilliant, it was just really exhausting. That moment changed how she picked her roles. She decided to stop working with men who thought being mean was the same as being fun and spontaneous. She also decided not to do types of projects that needed her to take care of people's emotions all the time. If Murray was cruel, in a way Sean Penn was just plain mean, and everyone knew it. Number 6. Kirk Douglas. Out of all the names on Goldie Hawn's list, Kirk Douglas was the one that meant the most. Kirk Douglas was not someone who got angry easily or someone who wanted to be with Goldie Hawn. She said no, or someone who was trying to stay famous. He was a big deal, a man who represented the old days of Hollywood when people were tough and men were in charge. That is why what happened with Kirk Douglas bothered people for a time longer than the other things that happened. Goldie walked into rooms with Douglas. She knew who he was. She had a lot of respect for what he had done in the past. She understood that the business she was in was started by men like Douglas. She found out that just because she respected him, it did not mean he would respect her back. When they were on panels and talking in front of people, Douglas would treat her in a way that was too nice and a little fake. He would kiss her hand for a time and wink at her and say things about how pretty she was. People who did not know them might think this was okay and even nice. To Goldie it was really annoying, and it made her feel trapped. The message was really clear. She was being seen. Her voice was not being heard. When people started talking about making things what they will be remembered for, and who gets to decide what is good, it became really obvious that things were not fair. Douglas kept interrupting her, finishing what she was saying, changing the way she said things, and saying what she meant in his words. Every time she tried to join the conversation, he made sure everyone was paying attention to him, instead of her. The thing with Douglas interrupting her was that he did it over and over, and each time he did, he took the attention away from her and put it on himself. That was really frustrating for her, and it made her feel like her thoughts on craft and legacy and creative authority were not important. People saw it happen. The people watching saw it. Goldie knew it away. She told a friend about it later. She said it made her feel like she was there to look good, not to actually do anything. What really hurt was that it was all very quiet. There was not one thing that she could say was wrong, not one thing that she could say was not true. It was all the things that added up. When people introduced her, they would say things about the men like they were really smart and had great ideas. When they introduced Goldie, they would just say she was nice. The jokes people told were also about her. People think that she is successful because of the way things look, not because she actually did a good job. Her success is not really because of what she did, it is just what people see on the surface. The idea is that her success with the things she does is not really earned, it is just cosmetic. Years later, she said something that really stuck with me. She said some men do not deserve to be remembered. For Goldie Hawn, this was not about being bitter. This was about being clear. Goldie Hawn had been underestimated for a time, even when she was smiling. Being clear about what she wanted became the best way for Goldie Hawn to take care of herself. Goldie Hawn spent decades protecting a smile that hid fear, panic, and quiet resolve. These 6 men never expected her to remember, but she did. Which name on her list surprised you the most? And do you think silence was her strength or her burden? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more untold Hollywood stories.